Καλησπέρα σας, καλοί φίλοι τηλεθεατές. Καλώς ορίσατε στην εκπομπή μας Faces, πρόσωπα. Πριν προχωρήσω, να μου επιτρέψετε να πω ένα μεγάλο ευχαριστώ στον χορηγό μας, τον κύριο Μελή Ούρη και την οικογένειά του, τους δύο οίκους ευγυρίας, Αναστάσια Lodge και Autumn Gardens. Ευχαριστούμε πάρα πολύ για τη στήριξη και να καλωσορίσω εδώ τον αγαπητό Bambos Charalambous. Τι κάνεις, Bambos?
Καλά, Βασίλη.
Χαίρομαι που σε βλέπω. Χαίρομαι. Είναι μια περίοδος τώρα αναβρασμού, έτσι. Τρέχετε πάνω κάτω γιατί εκλογές σε λίγες μέρες. Λοιπόν, πριν πάμε στις εκλογές όμως, να πάμε λίγο πίσω. Στην πενταετία αυτή που πέρασε. Λοιπόν, είσαι ο πρώτος βουλευτής που εκλέγηκε στην Αγγλική Βουλή Κύπριος.
Ναι.
Λοιπόν, πώς σε αντιμετώπισαν οι άλλοι εκεί, έναν Κύπριο βουλευτή στη Βουλή?
Να σου πεις, έχει χρόνια που τους ξέρω, που ήμουν δημοτικός σύμβουλος.
Ναι.
Είμαι...
Το ίδιο
δεν
δηλαδή.
το ίδιο μαζί τους, ναι. Ξέρουμε. Θέλουμε πρώτα πολιτικών και μετά Κύπριων.
Ναι, έτσι, ωραία.
Ναι.
Λοιπόν, αυτά τα 5 χρόνια, η πενταετία αυτή, είχες και επισκέψεις πολλούς συμπατριώτες μας. Έχεις το γραφείο σου, το οποίο διατηρείς εκεί στο Palmer Screen. Λοιπόν, ποια ήταν τα προβλήματα που ήταν έτσι πολύ έτσι έντονα και με ποια προβλήματα έρχονταν οι συμπατριώτες μας και ζητούσαν τη βοήθεια για να τα λύσεις, να τους βοηθήσεις?
Να σου πω με το housing. Έχει ορισμένους που είχαν προβλήματα με το benefits, με το δημαρχείο του Enfield, το δημαρχείο κάποιες κάνει λάθη και θέλα βοήθεια με το δημαρχείο. Πολλά διάφορα πράγματα. Αυτά ήταν τα πιο κυριότερα. Και πάντα το ζήτημα της Κύπρου.
Και το θέμα της Κύπρου.
Το θέμα της Κύπρου, ναι.
Ωραία. Τα προβλήματα είναι πολλά, εντάξει, το ξέρουμε, και ιδιαίτερα το housing και το education. Έγιναν κάποιες έτσι αλλαγές και πετύχατε κάποια πράγματα όσον αφορά και το housing και το education?
Ναι, το housing δύσκολο επειδή δεν υπάρχουν πολλά διαμερίσματα για να πάει ο κόσμος. Το πρόβλημα είναι, έχει χρόνια που δεν έχει αρκετά διαμερίσματα.
Υπάρχουν, το πρόβλημα είναι εκεί δηλαδή.
Ναι. Το education, όσο μπορούμε να βοηθούμε, το πρόβλημα είναι κάποιος με τα σχολεία. Τα σχολεία, αν δεν δέχονται το μαθητή, θέλουν να κάνουν συνέντευξη οι γονείς αν γίνεται να βρουν θέση στο σχολείο αυτόν. Κάποιος πρόβλημα είναι μέσα στο σχολείο, όταν ο μαθητής είναι μέσα στο σχολείο, αν έχει ορισμένες ανάγκες που δεν μπορεί να το βοηθήσει στο σχολείο. Κάποιες έχουν πρόβλημα και θέλουν βοήθεια από εμάς.
Όσον αφορά και τον πολιτισμό, cultural problems, or did you have any cases when people were coming and asking you for help to promote their culture, for example?
Sometimes we get lots of different requests. We can't always help people with promoting things, but we can write a letter of support, so we can do things that help them. But we can't always actively promote one thing, so we'll be promoting everything. But we can, in certain cases, help people by doing a letter of support.
Ωραία. Στην Βουλή των 5 χρόνων που ήσουν, σου δόθηκε ευκαιρία να κάνεις ερώτηση για την Κύπρο?
Ναι, να σου πω, έχει 7 χρόνια δηλαδή. Είναι το 2017 που πρώτα με ψήφισαν εκείνοι που το Enfield Southgate. Και η πρώτη μου ερώτηση ήταν στην Theresa May και ήταν για την Κύπρο. Ήταν για το Grants Montana και ελπίζαμε το εκείνο των καιρών. Ναι.
Did you get any support when you put the question to the House of Parliament? I mean, what kind of support did you get? What did they say? Have they promised anything?
So at the time, Theresa May said that she welcomed the talks, and the UK government was behind trying to find a solution that would be helpful. So she was supportive. My colleagues were very impressed that I had as a new MP, that I had the courage to ask the question in the first place. So yeah, there was a lot of support and cross-party support as well.
Ωραία. Τώρα άρχισε η εκστρατεία και τρέχετε πάνω κάτω και όλα αυτά. Have you got any targets? I mean, have you got any, anything to promise to your voters? And what are your plans?
Okay, so I'm a Labour candidate. The Labour manifesto has been published. So those are the pledges that I'll be working on nationally. Στην περιοχή του Southgate και του Wood Green. Το Wood Green είναι νέα περιοχή. Είναι πρώτη φορά που βάλω υποψήφιο για το Wood Green. So, θέλω να πάω να γνωρίσω τον κόσμο, να δω τι προβλήματα έχει. Ναι. So, προσπαθώ να πάω όπου μπορώ να γνωρίσω τον κόσμο.
Τώρα προς το παρόν κάνεις αυτή τη δουλειά, δηλαδή έρευνα ακόμα.
Ναι.
Yeah, you trying to find out what problems they have and all this kind of thing.
Ναι.
Okay.
Και μετά, αν με τυχερός και με ψηφίσει, ναι, θα πάω πίσω και να έχω πιο πολύ χώρο να τους δω.
Yeah. Did you recognize some big problems in area here, especially in Wood Green, που έχει πάρα πολλούς Κύπριους?
Yeah. So, έχουν προβλήματα. So there's a lot more poverty. Crime's a big concern, and a need for regeneration in the area. So those are the three things that I think we need to focus on.
Well, let's say, for example, you meet people and they give you, they tell you what problems they have and what do they think you can do for them and helping, especially the community. From my point of view, just say, for example, I wanted to have more support from the government and from the council about cultural things. Culture is very important because we are facing like so many problems on this kind of thing. Especially we don't have any places, like we don't have any special buildings, communities and all this kind of thing. And I think this is something which you have to think about it and try and,
So Haringey is the borough of culture in London for 2027. So there'll be lots of activities in Haringey, and I expect all the communities to be involved in those activities, and that will also hopefully bring some investment into the borough.
Who's going to invest?
So I think this is from the Mayor of London.
Okay.
But if for a whole year you're having cultural activities, then you're promoting, you're showcasing the borough to other places, and hopefully those other places will see how attractive it is, and they may decide to spend money in Haringey, and that will help sort of bring extra activities to the area.
Yeah. So they're going to announce this, they're going to publish all the information?
So the award of Haringey as the Borough of Council was made earlier this year. So as we get closer to 2027, I know it's 3 years away, but they need to start planning ahead.
From now,
yeah. Then there'll be a lot more activities, there'll be a lot more planning, and you'll hear more about it. So at the moment it's just the announcement, and I imagine the council will be having a small team of officers to try and work up how they're going to celebrate it.
Yeah. So what do you think about, the crime is, as you mentioned earlier on, there's so much problems, and the youngsters, and we're having very, different, like school days and all this kind of thing. For example, I was talking to someone a couple of days ago, and she says to me her daughter has been bullied by somebody and all this kind of thing, and they were trying to stop the bullying, and they couldn't manage and all this kind of thing, and she has to leave the school and go and look for another school. What do you think, you can do about this?
So there's different issues there. So schools have to be on top of behaviour in the school. It shouldn't be. It's not right that the child that's being bullied should have to leave the school. So it's about addressing bullying. So for me, that would be a failure of the leadership of the school. So we need to do more to see why that happens. I think
prevent it.
And prevent it. I think also there's a need for more activities for young people. So there need to be more youth clubs, youth hubs for young people to go.
Exactly. This is what it's about. I mean, I don't think we have enough youth clubs, and so this is what you have in mind.
Yeah, and that's one thing that the Labour Party is very clear on. They want more of these youth hubs that young people can go to. There's a brilliant one in Haringey called Green Rising, and they have lots of activities for young people. So we need many more of those, because young people might get in trouble because they are bored, have nothing to do,
and coming out and mess about and all this kind of thing.
So that's one
it's
thing.
Important. They have to spend money, more money, and open youth clubs and all this kind of thing, and and education is important. I mean, they have to find ways to educate the youngsters, and just direct them to go to clubs, youth clubs and all this kind of thing, and give them a chances to do something and avoid going out and messing about. Okay, so what you want to say to our Greek Cypriots here in Wood Green area? There are so many. I mean, why they have to vote for you?
Yeah, well, this is a very important election. So this is one that could result, and probably will result, in a change of government. But until you start voting, it's not going to happen. So you can't assume that something is certain unless you participate in the election. So hopefully, I'll ask as many of them as possible to vote for me. But obviously, they should make their own mind up, and they need to read all the material, make a decision based on who they think will best represent them. Politics, governments make lots of decisions that affect people's lives. So I think people should vote, and they will see a difference, certainly in this election, I'm sure.
How is it to register? Is it
registration has finished now?
It's finished now.
So the 18th of June was the last day to register. And
a couple of days ago.
Days ago, and the 19th of June was the last day to register for a postal vote. So the election is only on the 4th of July, so there's not much time left. So if you haven't registered, it's too late. But if you have registered, the polling station's open from 7 in the morning to 10 o'clock at night. So it's a whole day. If people have postal votes, they'll be arriving soon, so they can vote by post. But if they don't have postal votes,
they go to
between 7 in the morning and 10 o'clock at night, and they should have a card that tells them where the polling station is.
Do you have any plans for the future days as far as it's promoting and campaign? Do you have any events?
So I have a quiz night on Saturday. I have a number of hustings that I'll be going to. So I'll have one at a synagogue, one with the local community group, another one with the disability group. So there's a few of them where they're inviting me and other candidates to find out our views on certain policies. But I'm going to be going to community events this weekend. I'm going to some street parties in my area, so if people have any suggestions for places where I can go, then If they let me know, I'll try and visit them.
Good, good. Are you going to keep your office there in Palmer's Green? You know?
Yeah, I have a lease, and so it's quite central for the constituency. So it's in the middle of, it goes from Cockfosters to Turnpike Lane, so Palmer's Green is in the middle of those two, so probably keep it there. Yeah, it's, and we get lots of people who need help, so, but we will have surgeries in lots of places where people can come and see us.
Usually every day, or?
Not every day, so we have, and we tend to see people by appointment only. The reason for that is when we had surgeries without any appointments, people would all come at the same time. So you had 10 people all come at the same time. And so if you were 1 minute later than the first person, you could wait, you know, an hour to be seen or longer sometimes, because we would deal with them until they arrived. So this way, people are guaranteed a time to see us. So it's, yeah, so I have them at, I won't have them at Southgate and Palmer's Green Library. If I'm elected, I'll try and have one at Wood Green Library and wherever else is.
Yeah, it's easier for many of our compatriots, yeah. Thank you very much, αγαπητέ Bambo, and I wish you all the best.
Ευχαριστώ, Δημήτρη.
It was nice to have you here.
Pleasure.
Ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ.
Ευχαριστώ.
Να ευχαριστήσουμε και τον χορηγό μας, Αναστάσια Λότς, Ότεν Βάρτενς, τον κύριο Μελή Ούρη και την οικογένειά του, και εσάς που μας παρακολουθήσατε. Θα είμαστε μαζί και πάλι την ερχόμενη Κυριακή με ένα άλλο πρόσωπο ή πρόσωπα. Να είστε καλά. Καλό σας βράδυ.